The things that you can do, I want to show you right here. 5 things you can do. The first thing is to share that video. Watch it and then share it with people that you know, because everybody has a circle of influence. Most people will have maybe 40 in their circle. Some people have more, some people have less, but on average you'll have 40. And some of that's going to overlap, especially if you guys go to the same places or you're in the same church. That's okay. But if you send out to 40 and only half of them go further, and those 20 send out to 40 and then again, but you tell 2 friends and they tell 2 friends and they so help this go viral, because those help our statistics. It helps it become more relevant, helps it come up higher in the search engines. Okay, so the first thing is to share it. That's really simple. Just you can cut and paste. If you don't know how, we'll show you how. Cut and paste the link and forward it on to other people. Put it on Facebook if you have that, or you just send it out in your email chain to everybody you know, so that they can watch it and see if they want to get involved. The next one is to hit the like button, and that it's a punch just to hit the button and just hit like, because when people have a lot of likes and they're watching a video, if there are 300 likes, that makes some credibility, because I mean there are ones with hundreds of thousands that still only have maybe 300 likes. So, but having 0 is not a great number. So if you can hit like, that's a really simple way that you can contribute. Another one is to comment, because if there are lots of comments in the boxes below, just type in what your thoughts are. What did you think of it? Did you agree with it? Did you disagree? Did it ring a bell with you? But hit that comment section, because when there are just loads of comments below, it just kind of generates, again, more relevance on the searches. The next one is to subscribe, because what that will do is it'll put you on an automatic list to get every new video we ever launch. So if you really believe in the cause and want to be involved, that way you get them fresh as soon as they're hit the press. You get an alert, and it'll send you a clickable link, and you just go right to it. And then the last one is you can contribute in any way that you see fit, and that can be from buying the books that we have. Jim and I are in the process of writing the book, Warriors, Wise Men, and Worshipers, and we believe that this is the triad. It says a threefold cord is not easily broken, right? I really believe that everything we can learn in Christendom falls under either being a warrior, which has been lacking. I mean, it is the problem. If there's no war, if you don't see this as a battle, you'll just have a bake sale and you'll play church. And that's part of the problem. We haven't really been on the battlefield for 3 decades. We really haven't. Just yelling at people like we did in the 80s and 90s. I look at some of these old preachers that were on TV. Just yelling at people to stop sinning is about the stupidest thing. I mean, think about it. You've got a sinner and you're saying, don't sin. Did you think that through? It's like telling a horse not to be a horse. I mean, it's pretty stupid. And everything that the moral majority went after increased in volume, exponentially. Did we get rid of this, that, and the other? It just didn't happen. So the first part of it, the warriors aspect, is critical. We're going to get into that today. The wise men aspect. We're all called to be wise men. And like I pointed out Sunday, Solomon lined up 1,000 men. He found one to be wise. So if you have 999 friends and you think you're the wise one, your friend probably thinks the same. And then okay, but the reality is we're probably not. So like Jim asked me a great question. He says, how do I become a wiser man? How do you do that? Solomon indicated that if you hang around with wise people, you'll become wise. Well, how do you do that? Because if you want to hang around with 3 wise men, you have to sift through 3,000 dudes. That takes a while, right? I mean, think about going to coffee and just hanging out with people going, nope, not that guy. Right? I mean, how do you find that person? Now, here's the challenge, because if they say, show me your 5 closest friends and I'll show you your future. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Okay, so are you hanging around with wise people? And that's one way to do it. And here's another weird one, is we typically separate the aged and the youth, the wise men and the young men with the energy to get stuff done. Again, dumb idea. We really need silver hair, gray hair, wise men. The scripture says the glory of old men is their gray hair. What does that mean? It's not about the hair color, right? What if you go bald and you have no hair? So you have no, the glory of old men is their gray hair because it shows they have wisdom. They've been down the path a lot. I mean, honestly, if you're 15 and you think you know everything, what do you think you're going to know at 65? How long have you been an adult? You're 15. You've been an adult, oh, what, a day? You know, I mean, if you're 20, you've been an adult for 2 years, right? Technically. Okay, so let's say you're 72. Do you think that guy's got 52 years on you? You have 2. Do you think he can teach you something? But we don't connect those two together. What if we connected the wisdom of the sages with the energy of the youth? Can you imagine how powerful that would be? So one of the things that Jim asked me was, okay, so how do I become wiser? I think you can do it through books. I think you can do it through videos that you watch. I mean, one thing is that you have the knowledge of the ages on videos, on DVDs, on CDs you can listen to, in books. I mean, the book that I wrote, it was all based on King Solomon. I had been studying King Solomon for 20 years. You want to gain some wisdom? There's stuff in there from everybody from Marcus Aurelius about wisdom, to Einstein, to Lao Tzu, to Edison, to Henry Ford, to Walt Disney. I mean, there's so many people in there that have these insights that would just blow your mind. There's hundreds of quotes in there.